If you want a movie that will make you cry uncontrollably, this is the one for you. And I don't mean that as in crying from tears of laughter because you think the movie's terrible or anything like that. No, I mean from its pure, raw emotion. That's this one right here. This is a film that I had no idea what to expect going in. The only thing that I knew about this movie at all was that it was on Chris Stuckman's Best Movies of 2015 list, I believe. So, needless to say, this is as blind of a first-time watch as you can possibly imagine. And somehow, after watching it, it is now what I consider the best thing that Studio Ghibli has ever made. Over Wind Rises, over Princess Kaguya, over Princess Mononoke, over Grave of the Fireflies, over all of them. This movie is simply a beautiful, touching masterpiece. And I wish I could say more about it, but just like with Kaguya, I want to keep it vague, that way I don't ruin anyone else's experience. So, this review is going to be a little less traditional than usual, but I still hope you enjoy. So, what's up? What's happening? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my Station, which is a fan of the animation, including anime. I am your host and local anime fan, Jackson Small. Welcome back to Ghibli Month. Welcome to the unexpected, heartwarming, touching, deep, emotional, beautiful animated film called When Marnie Was There. Here's my written review. I hope you enjoy. This is the best movie Studio Ghibli has ever done. Yes, better than Kaguya, Wind Rises, Fireflies, and Princess Mononoke. Because no other film that I have ever seen, animated or otherwise, has ever made me feel so touched or so surprised in the way this one has. Heck, it is the movie out of this entire marathon that has made me cry the most. Yes, this movie made me cry harder than Grave of the Fireflies. Let that sink in. It's more than just another film about friendship or just another mystery unfolding. It's a story about love, and how it's difficult to accept it if you're a foster child who's felt neglected or like you didn't belong for most of your life. And rather than bashing its messages into your head with a sledgehammer, it instead gracefully and slowly tells you this message through its visuals and character interactions. Sure, it's got some LGBTQ undertones that probably weren't originally intended. But in my personal, humble opinion, I think it just makes the film even stronger with that added undertone and subtext. For how much it can work as an allegory for that community and the similar struggles that they themselves still go through while trying to figure out where they belong. And my goodness, every time Anna and Marnie were on screen together, it was some of the most wonderful, moving, heartwarming moments I've ever seen in a movie. As they both had so much natural chemistry with each other that I was just as enveloped in their relationship, regardless if it was or wasn't romantic. I seriously cannot do this one justice regardless of what words come out of my mouth. You just need to see it for yourself. Yes, I know that this sounds weird because I'm not saying like all these other things I usually say in all my other reviews, but this is a movie that kind of just goes beyond words. Seriously. With its brilliant writing, touching story, wonderful characters, superb voice acting, unpredictable mystery, unrelenting tension, and an ending that will leave you in uncontrollable tears, with one of the most unpredictable twists I've ever seen in a movie. When Marnie Was There is truly a one-of-a-kind experience that I'm glad I finally had thanks to this Ghibli marathon. And I can't wait for those who haven't yet to have that experience too. It's simply a beautiful film. And I don't know what else I can say without going into spoilers about why it's so beautiful, about why it's so emotionally resonant and touching. Yes, I'm not a foster kid myself, no, but I still felt the same emotions as Anna as she struggled to find her sense of belonging. And that is why my final verdict for When Marnie Was There is a 12 out of 10. Without question, without any kind of doubt whatsoever. It is one of the most beautiful, touching, heartwarming, and emotionally powerful movies that I have ever seen. You need to watch it now if you haven't already. And if you can't watch it more than once, I understand. A lot like Fireflies, it's one of those movies that hits you right in the heart. But it's a movie that you just need to see for yourself. I cannot do it justice, regardless of what words come out of my speaking hole. Go watch this movie right now, by any means necessary. And that's it. That is all I have to say about this movie without going into spoilers. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Leave your personal experience and stories about this movie in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your experience with this film, and especially how it impacted you emotionally. And we only have 2 more Ghibli movies to go. We are almost done. Unfortunately, the next one is, it's not so good. I'll see you guys next time for Earwig and the Witch.